So day 4, summer. We passed out in the mines last night. This is attempt number 2. My electricity went out and cut short my stream and caused us to have to restart this day. So we get to start this again. But nothing has changed. We passed out in the mines last night. We skilled up while we were there. So we had a freebie. We lost basically no gold for it. We're gathering iron, gold, and quartz for quality sprinklers right now. That's what we're doing. And I'll do the iron. Hey buddy. I'll do the iron while I water these crops. Okay. So we already have enough to make 3. So we'll go ahead and make those and place them while we're watering. I'm just gonna put away the stuff that we still have in our inventory and grab our watering can. Where are you, watering can? There you are. And we will start watering for the day. And we only have these 4 strawberries left for energy, so I think we're gonna do some foraging today. We'll clear the southern exit from the farm. That's been something that's been slowly happening. I haven't spent a ton of time clearing my way south here on the farm. And we'll do some foraging. Try to make sure I have enough energy producing foods to ensure safe mine runs. And we're just going to be very purposefully farming iron and gold and not really trying to progress in the mines. We just want loads of quality sprinklers right now so that we can increase this melon crop. I'm going to go and swap out those furnaces immediately because I want to make sprinklers. That is my goal. So I want to have more sprinklers each and every day. So that I cannot have to do all of this watering. I'm going to be rapidly expanding this field. This is all melons, except for a few odds and ends there in the upper right that we just happen to have seeds for. And with the first melon harvest, we will be using that money to purchase the greenhouse from Joja. This is a Joja run. This is the first time I've ever done a Joja run. I'm not too worried about perfection here. I'm just curious if I can fill the entire standard farm with crops. How long is that going to take? What is that going to look like? What is going to be the revenue of a single harvest of pumpkins from an entire standard farm? I'm sure I could do the math, but that's no fun. Let's play it out. So that's what we're doing. We're going to play this out. We're going to fill the entire standard farm with crops. We're going to see how long that takes us. And we're going to see how much money an entire farm of, we'll say pumpkins. I believe pumpkins is about one of the most valuable crops that you can grow. Obviously, ancient fruit, star fruit, that would be an interesting one to see. An entire standard farm full of star fruit. So maybe that's the logical conclusion of this challenge, is to see what one harvest of star fruit brings in. Okay, we're just going to throw our row into this while it's here. It's already here. I may eventually want another chest for it, but since I'm only doing one fish pond with the legend, which we did catch in spring of year one, that was one of our main spring year one goals, and we did it. Yay! It's quite an accomplishment, actually. And that is going to bring in some regular cash flow. But since it's just the one fish pond, I don't think I'm going to need a chest just for roe. I'm not going to need a shed. Those 3 preserve jars are the only 3 I'm going to need. I'm not building other preserve jars. I'm not building kegs. Alright, let's go south. Let's go south, and I'm actually going to take a moment to give the dog some water here. This is one of the... I already petted the dog. Love you, bud. This is one of the things I'm going to be moving. I'm going to move that dog bowl probably over here. And I'm hoping that maybe the greenhouse can fit there in the corner. Otherwise, I'll bring it down to make sure that that's clear. But I want to bring the greenhouse over to the house. Alright. You know what? I think this is pretty clear. I'm not that worried about it at this point. I'll just clear up a little bit to make sure I can get to the exit and that these weeds don't spread too far too quickly. To re-block that exit. Alright, I've got some flower seeds. I don't mind this being all clogged up with weeds right now. I'm nowhere close to needing this space. And that's not bad. I don't mind the flower seeds. I think I will eventually grow those. So we're just going to do some foraging here. Let's see if we can get anything useful. I have not. This is the first time I'm even touching Cindersap Forest as far as cleaning up weeds goes. We'll need to upgrade our axe to get into the secret woods, although I'm really not that concerned with it. The secret woods doesn't really play much of a role in this run. Okay, sweet peas are not edible though, so that doesn't really help me out any. I'm looking for energy. There we go, spiceberry. But also the summer seeds recipe is spiceberry, sweet pea, grape. And I know maybe I ate them. Maybe I already made them and planted them. I know I got some grapes. Now once I get the seed maker, that's when you can make wild seeds with just one thing. With just, I think for summer it might be grapes. With just the main, it wouldn't be grapes, would it? Maybe it is. But with just the main forage of that season, you can make wild seeds. The thing is, with 4 forage items, there's nothing here. with 4 forage items, you can make 10 seeds. So as far as using the seed maker, it can be a bit hit or miss. It can be a bit hit or miss. Because you could get 1 seed, you could get 2. I don't know that you can get 3, so I think it's really only better if you can't get all 4 forage items for the recipe, or in this case 3 forage items for the recipe. Alright, but we did get a few seeds that we can plant. It's early enough in the season that we should go ahead and plant those. And we'll just go back through the farm here. Maybe our furnaces are complete with the gold bars, and then we can put the quartz in. Quartz is pretty quick, so I can get those sprinklers in the ground and not have to water as much tomorrow. And I'll go up the backwoods and do some foraging through the backwoods up to the mountain. Alright. Where's the quartz? Alright, so when those are done, we'll have 4 more sprinklers. And then we'll put the gold in overnight, and we'll be able to maybe do 2 rounds of sprinklers in the morning. Okay. Alright, let's see what we have in here. No, we do have the grapes. So then the question becomes, okay, I can eat this horseradish. I would like to keep the 10 of each, and I can eat that dandelion. I'd like to keep 10 of each so that I can start the year with 100 wild seeds, to make absolutely certain that I can expand the wild seeds even if I'm short on cash at the moment. Hey Chloe, what's up? I'm just plugging away here, thank you. Currently on my quest to increase the sprinklers. So I've been farming iron and gold and quartz in the mines. Right now I'm just doing a little bit of foraging to make sure that I can have energy. But I think I'm good to go back into the mines now for more iron and gold. There's an artifact spot down there. Just a quick run here for more materials to craft these sprinklers. I'm looking to fill the entire farm. This is a standard farm setup. Looking to fill the entire farm with crops. I want to see how long that takes. I want to see what an entire farm filled with starfruit looks like when we harvest it. My day's going fine. We did have a short power out here that interrupted my stream. But other than that, it's going quite well. How about you? It's a lot warmer here than it was yesterday, so that's nice. Alright, so we're going to start out just with the gold. Been chill, just finished some coloring before joining your stream. Trying to stay productive. Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. It can be hard some days to stay productive. Sure. Sure, you can show me. You can join the Discord. There's a link to the Discord in my bio, in my About page. You can go ahead and post your stuff there. Alright, nothing I can see. This must be a bad luck day because there's lots of enemies. Yep, there you are on the Discord. I'll catch up with you on Discord after the stream. While I'm playing, I like to play. We're just going to grab this copper. Even though it's not what we're targeting, it was there and easy to grab. And I am going to go out of my way for this quartz. I should probably make some recyclers because I've been saving up the glasses that I get from fishing. Not seeing anything of value here, so back to the top we go. Back to the top we go. Just resetting for more gold. I want to bring this gold up here so I can see how many I have. Okay. And we did not find an easy staircase, so we're just going to reset. I did not have to bring all these tools with me. I probably shouldn't have. But no harm, no foul here. I'm going after some very targeted stuff. I'm not going to have as wide a variety of items to stack. Just keep in mind, I'm not getting on Discord while I'm playing on stream. I will. I'll catch up with you there after the stream. Might as well finish hitting that. I started hitting it, right? Nothing. Alright. Sometimes you get nothing. Alright, I'm gonna have one of these strawberries. Thankfully, I've already got this. Oh, it's 11 p.m. I'm gonna go back to the farm. I don't think we're gonna level up here today. So I think it's best that I just go back and hopefully we have some more materials coming out of the furnaces. So that we can have more. Alright, that's 4 more. Alright, let's just go ahead and put everything back so that we can organize it. And I'm just going to do that. And then we'll put some gold. In for the morning. Alright, actually the materials is looking pretty good. Just keep in mind, I can never have too much gold. Because gold is an ingredient in both, it's a material for both the seed maker and the quality sprinklers. Now, the question is, we probably go ahead and plant these in the morning, yeah? Go ahead and plant those in the morning. Okay, so we're going to just grab our watering can for in the morning. Alright, excuse me, I would like to get to my bed, thank you. One of these days, I know the reruns are on Wednesdays. At least I think I know that. One of these days, I'm going to actually know what the schedule is for the TV. Alright, look at all that. Look at all that. And we've got Legend Row. That's great news. Alright, and the wheat is done. So that can be one of the spots for flowers and mixed seeds. Alright, look at that. That's gonna bring some money. That's gonna bring some money. Alright, the gold has not finished yet from last night. That's interesting. Or no, I already did that. What am I talking about? Lost focus there for a second. Need to have some tea here. Tell you what I'll do. I'll finish watering and planting, and then I'll just take a moment to sip on my tea. This watering has been the bane of this challenge. So thankfully we're getting that under control now. And that's going pretty quickly. It's only been, I think, 3 days. Since I really started making all these sprinklers. So that's filling in nice and fast. Alright. We need our iron, or no, we're ready for the quartz. Alright. So I'm just going to sell this. I have no reason to keep it. Okay. No reason to keep that. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get started here. Throw something. We have no way of knowing what that's going to be. Okay. We have 5 left. All right. So we've planted the seeds that we had. I'm doing this horrible watering pattern. I don't know what I was thinking. I was flashing back to before the copper watering can. Okay, so we've planted all the seeds that we had. We're about to make 4 more sprinklers, right? We'll put the gold in because we're about to leave the farm, so we want the long cook time there. Okay. And I'm just gonna start with the furthest from the pond so that my watering is easier and faster. Gonna throw this spiceberry. We could at this point make more wild seeds. Let's do that. I can make 3. So that's 30 seeds. Whoops, no, I want those strawberries. So I'm gonna need my watering can back. Okay. So for now, let's keep this nearby the pond. Right? Let's keep this nearby the pond. 30. Okay. Okay. Chub frenzy has begun in Cindersap Forest. Come on, go the other way. Okay, I am gonna need to eat a strawberry. Alright, we do have plenty of materials, plenty of raw materials to last me a couple days. I think I skip the mine today and just go fishing for energy food instead of just for cash, which has been our usual reason for fishing. I think we go fishing so that we have energy food available. Okay, so if that's what we're gonna do, then we don't need any of this. We just need our fishing rod. And it's probably best to go up to the mountain lake just for the easy stuff. The ocean might be good just to be nearby Willie's to get more bait and tackle. I might do that today. I'll just head down to the ocean. Oh, I do have a road to put in there. I should have been paying attention. Alright, there's a grapes. And yes, we'll forage on the way. I should probably bring my hoe as well, actually, now that I'm thinking about that. Because the beach very frequently has artifact spots on it. We'll just throw those in there. So we're going to head to the beach and we're just going to spend the rest of the day fishing. Alright, so yes, once I became a Joja member, the quest to explore the community center went away. So that means I should probably go have a look. I've never done Joja before. I've never seen the warehouse. Alright, so what we're going to do right now, we're just going to cruise around. We're going to pick up all of the forage here. And we're just going to sell all of it to Willie for more bait and tackle. And no artifact spots, after I had just got done saying that. Up to 7 weeks. Gross. I have indeed been catching a lot of fish. I even caught the legend. What's up? What's up, Willie? Business has been tough. Alright. Might have something to show you. Okay. So I wonder how he handles the Joja route. Because his business probably doesn't pick up just because Joja gets complete. Alright, so we're just going to sell him everything we picked up there. We're going to get... how much bait do we have? 50. So that's good enough. That's good enough. I definitely want this spinner. That's the cheapest. A lead bobber. That's cheaper, but it doesn't really help me. I wonder how do we make a regular spinner? Iron bars. I'm not really willing to sacrifice iron bars right now. And it is definitely cheaper this way than it is that way. Alright, so we're just getting 3 more bait, which should be enough to last us for the day there. Okay, we're going to stick close. Probably just go sell him the first couple fish in exchange for more bait. I'd love to be doing deluxe bait. I should probably go ahead and make those bait makers. Nice. Nice. And keep in mind, this time I'm fishing just to have stacks of food available. Alright, let's just... what do we got? 250, 187. That's plenty of bait. That's plenty of bait. Okay, now we can just keep everything. Now we can just keep everything. And we'll make a judgment as to what to sell and what to keep. Because right now we just need energy. It's going to be a good week before the melons are getting harvested. So right now we just need energy, and these iridium fish are fantastic for that. I'm just going to drink that immediately. It doesn't serve any purpose for me, really, and it's a little bit of energy. So, I mean, I guess we could pass out here. I don't really want that, unless, of course, we level up. If we level up, there's no downside to it. We're not going to get charged any gold. We're trying to get perfect on these. Obviously not if there's a treasure chest involved. We're trying to get perfect so that we have stacks of just iridium fish. Okay, we can sell that. Oh, it did tell me my tackle had run out. Tackle just helps us catch fish a little faster. More fish per hour. Okay. And they're both the same, tuna and flounder. So it doesn't really matter which one I eat. We just need more energy right now. so that we can go back in the mine and farm more resources. What is this? A puffer fish, maybe. Oh boy. Oh, a super cucumber. Alright. Wow, that is a lot of energy. Do I even have that much energy? I do. So that is an entire energy bar right there. That's huge. That's a big deal. My birds are being very active this morning. I'm sure you can hear a little bit of that. I'm just going to have a quick drink here for a second. Alright. I've got a cup of tea here. Nice hot cup of throat coat tea. Feeling a bit of a cold here coming on. Just a little bit of congestion. Alright, we're gonna go after this treasure chest. It's almost always worth it to go after the treasure chest. There are things that you can get there that are just about impossible to get otherwise. Not that, that's not one of them. That's not one of them. I think I'm just going to go ahead and run out my energy bar and then walk home. If I'm early enough, I can stop in the tavern and just have a chat with most of the village on a Friday evening. I'm just going to sell those sonar bobbers. I don't use them. So it's a few hundred gold in my pocket. Okay, this guy, this must be another super cuke. This guy's really giving me a little bit of trouble here. My goodness. Yeah, it was a super cucumber. That's fantastic. Yeah, I'll just run out my energy bar. Oh, and another one. I'll just run out my energy bar and then head out. I say this all the time, I'm so glad the time pauses while you're reeling in a fish, because some of these harder ones would be hours. Not that that's not realistic. When you hook a big fish that's hard to reel in, it can take hours. Alright, we've got one more cast after this. Yep. That's our final cast. Oh man, that one made it easy on me. Alright, look at that. We've got 4 super cucumbers that are basically an entire energy bar for us each. So that was very worth it. Very worth it. Let's go have a chat with most of the village here. Oh, Robin and Demetrius are already heading out. Jesus, that sucks. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure any of us believe that you work that hard, Pierre. Don't you have work to do? So, like, the whole town sees you guys together in the tavern every Friday night, and you still think they don't know? That's about the most human conversation I've ever had with Pam. Yeah, okay. The thing about, like, marriage romancing in this game, it's pretty static. You know, you court the person, you date the person, you marry the person, they move in with you, and then they kind of don't really do anything after that. Alright, let's still do the gold overnight though, even though this is also gold. Because it's fast enough. We'll go ahead and age this. There's no real reason not to. Okay, sell the bobbers. I mean, I don't think I need the seaweed for anything else. Although it is free energy, right? So maybe I just keep it and just eat it in the morning after watering, during watering. Have some trash, Lewis. Have some trash. The sweet pea goes in there. The sea jelly goes in there. We are eventually going to want to make a fish smoker for when we're fishing for profit, which I think after these melons I might not have to fish for profit anymore. It's definitely an early game necessity. You have to fish for profit early in the game. There's no real other way to do that. Let's grab our watering can so we're ready for in the morning. Yeah, early in the game. I need to get to bed, buddy. Early in the game, there's not much that you can do for profit other than fishing. The farming has to wait. You have to wait. So early game, the fishing is a huge part. Looks like I'm gonna run out of coal. That would be something I would be willing to just buy from Clint sometimes. Alright, let's go ahead and water the dog. Give him a pet. Love you, bud. And then, start the watering again. The daily chore. Okay. We've been pretty quickly, whoops, pretty quickly scaling up the crop field. At this point, it's going well. We just need to get the sprinklers spreading. Oh, I've got a pepper ready. That must have been a mixed seed. Alright, we are going to stop watering to go swap that out. Because if we put the quartz in now, then we can make 4 more sprinklers by the time we're done watering. So once these melons come ripe, we'll get our greenhouse. We'll probably level up during that. We'll get our seed maker recipe. Fill the greenhouse with strawberries. Just to have guaranteed income. I believe it's going to be somewhere around 20,000 gold per harvest, which is every 4 days once they're grown. Once they're fully grown, that'll be every 4 days. So that'll be a big boost to my cash flow. And this fish pond with the legend in it is also a good steady cash flow. Alright, we can make 4 more sprinklers. And we'll go ahead and put the gold in. It does look like we should go back in the mines. So, and we did go fishing just for that purpose. So there we go, 4 more sprinklers. If we have the gold in there now, and we come back, if we come back early enough, we might be able to get a second round of sprinklers in today. That will greatly affect tomorrow then, right? I'm just going to go ahead and eat this seaweed immediately. And then I think we probably just put everything else and keep these super cucumbers and strawberries. I tell you what, can I think I can. I think I can fill my watering can at a fish pond. That's great. Okay. So we need none of these. We're just farming for materials right now. And if we come back early enough, let's see what our stock is currently. We have plenty of iron. We are going to need more gold, so that's what we should focus on. Just the gold floor. That's 80 to 81, and we're hoping for quartz while we're there. We want the ratio to be about 1 quartz per 5 gold ore. So if it works out to that, then it's perfect. Alright, cool. Salute you, Linus. I salute you. So we're just going 80 to 81, and that's going to be on repeat. There's a quartz. That's going to be on repeat looking for gold and quartz. It's not glamorous work. It's just mining, just farming materials here to expand our sprinkler empire. And it can't hurt to take a swing at these bushes, for some free fiber and seeds. More seeds is never discouraged, right? Since that's what we're doing, we're growing crops. And I don't really have a need for a bunch of stone on this farm. I'm gonna need some, but not a ton. We're not really going to be building many buildings. Alright. We're not really going to be building many buildings. I'm trying to think of what building I might build. And I don't think there is one. I think we just... Alright, we are going to have to fight these guys so that we can safely mine this gold. Is there other gold? No. So now we can grab this gold and keep on moving. Alright. So currently the ratio of quartz to gold is definitely off. It is not the ideal ratio here. There's not much I can do about that. At some point, I believe we get a crystallarium from the museum, and that's probably what we'll be doing with it, is just replicating quartz for a while. Alright, we have new ideas to sleep on. That's good news, but I don't think that I want to pass out here. I think I still want to go back to the farm early enough to make another round of sprinklers today. And keep in mind, just because we currently have enough materials, I don't think I'm going to be here that much longer. I'm just going to stick to that. Just because we have enough materials now to make a good many sprinklers, more than we currently need. I'm going to be expanding this farm the entire way. So, and I have basically 0 chance at iridium sprinklers during this first year. The lightning rod recipe, I'm not entirely sure what the lightning rod recipe comes from. I should probably look that up. I know how to get the solar panels, and that's something that takes some time because you have to get access to Ginger Island, and then you have to, just luck of the draw, get Carolyn's Island Ingredients special order. And then you have to succeed at providing those ingredients, so that can definitely take a while. Alright, I think we're probably going to head back in just a minute. Maybe do one more round here. fire quartz, also not really going to use that. I'm not doing dehydrators. I mean, I might do dehydrators, but it's not going to need to be a ton of them. Once you get Junimo huts, I think I will go ahead and utilize the Junimo huts here. I don't think that's beyond the scope of this challenge. It has to be all crops, but I think the Junimo huts is fair play. So if that's the case, then I will have to do a large row of grapes each year so that all of the Junimo huts have raisins. That is a big deal, especially on a farm this size. Alright, so we've got those. We want to do the iron. Oh yeah, we don't have enough coal. We don't have enough coal to continue. We're going to have to purchase coal from Clint. I'm sure everyone is just as upset about that as I am. Okay, and we do have seeds to plant, so we'll go ahead and do that. We have how many seeds to plant? Only 4. We have only 4 seeds to plant. 1, 2, and we'll just do them in a little block right here. Well, no, we'll do it here because that's going to be my next sprinkler spot. Alright. That's good. So maybe we go clear a couple trees. Maybe go clear a couple trees, maybe clear some debris while we wait for that iron. Kind of listening for the machine pop. Sounds similar to the item entering my inventory though. It's a rock. So that's that. We'll just swing the pickaxe a few times. That only takes 1. Yeah. Alright. Love you, bud. Nice. And at this point, we're just going to stand there and wait for it. We did get a coal. That's pretty huge. We're just going to stand here and wait for these quartz. I don't really have anything else I want to do. I don't want to waste energy right now. Pick up our watering can for in the morning. We're doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. We're just going to wait for this quartz to process and then we'll make 4 more sprinklers. What happened here? Wow, I messed that up. That's going to bug me. I have to fix that. I need the hoe. Well, no I don't. That's really gonna bug me. Alright, and we're just gonna put these sprinklers the farthest from the pond. have to excuse me for a moment. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, so we just need 4 and 4 to make 4 quality sprinklers. And we're going to make sure we put these in the correct spot. Okay. So we're making progress, and we're ready for one more day. We're ready for tomorrow here. All right. Not exactly a record-breaking income day, but it's good enough. Today, we are going to, oh my goodness, I forgot to put gold in there overnight. So what we'll do is, oh, we're out of coal entirely. So we'll just water, and then we'll go buy coal. Oops. We'll water, and then we'll go buy coal, and then get those furnaces back rolling up again. We really need those furnaces to be working non-stop so that we're constantly producing more sprinklers. So today, obviously, that is not going to be. We're only going to produce 1 round of sprinklers at best. Oh, we've got summer squash there. That's good news. That's good news. We'll have a little bit of money. I did that fishing day to take care of our energy needs, and those fish are quite good at that. So we'll see what these summer squash have for energy. Oh, what did I also got? A radish. Okay, anything else? No? Okay, so I've got a couple empty spots. Alright, what do we get here? Ooh, they're not bad. They're pretty good for energy. So I think we'll hold on to these. We'll sell the normal ones and the gold one. The radishes I'm not really concerned with. Okay. We'll keep these. And put them where? Right? Maybe I should have a chest that's just for energy foods. But I think this fish chest pretty much serves that purpose. I don't intend to be using these for anything in particular other than the sardines for the dish or the sea, but I don't think I need that anymore. I think it could be helpful when I'm going for the other legendaries, if I do. Come to think of it, I don't really have a reason to go for the other legendaries. They don't produce as much money in a fish pond, And I have no intention of going for perfection here. That's not what this run is about. So I think I'm just going to leave it alone. This run is about crop farming. Definitely not perfection. Alright, let's go buy coal. We'll take our hoe with us just in case. And we should probably upgrade something while we're going. The axe. Oh, we don't have enough iron bars to do it. Okay. So actually, here's where we might want to implement charcoal kilns, because I'm not going to need a ton of wood for buildings or kegs or preserve jars. There's nothing that's going to take a ton of wood. I'm going to need some wood, but not a ton. And actually, this might be a run-through where the hardwood, where I would actually want to use the wood chippers from Robin at some point. I can see that. To make coal, I need so much coal. Alright, how do we make a charcoal kiln? Wood and copper bar. Let's do it. Let's make 5 charcoal kilns, right? Alright, and we're going to put them here. Right, we don't actually need these copper bars for much right now. I think they're going to be useful for something. I can't put it there. Okay. What? Sometimes that auto place has a bit of a fit, alright? It's 10 wood per coal. Okay, I think I'm still going to buy coal from Clint. I would need to chop a bunch of trees. So I think that's still part of the plan here today, is to buy coal from Clint. Let me have some tea. Getting the mine carts going would be nice, but my first priority is the greenhouse. Is to get that greenhouse going. Okay. I don't want to buy a lot of coal here. Just enough to keep me going. Let's do that. Just enough to keep me going. It's 15. Let's actually do 2 more. It's 15 coal per 1 quality sprinkler. No, it's 15 coal. I'm sorry. Hold on. It's 12 coal per 4 quality sprinklers. So that's enough for a few days. Of running quality sprinkler furnace runs. Okay, this is very unlikely. We've got the trout derby later. I will definitely be doing that. There are some rewards that are early in the game are pretty powerful. Let's see if they're relevant. Trout derby. I'm alt tabbed out into the wiki right now. It's very hard to play this game without the wiki. 1 quality sprinkler. Is it worth my entire day for the chance hat. There, you can get a bucket hat, crab pot, mystery boxes, a diamond, mounted trout, some deluxe bait, a couple triple shot espressos, quality sprinkler, a few warp totems for the farm, a few omni geodes. I would have to spend a lot of time. I think it's probably time better spent elsewhere. I think for my purposes in this playthrough, the Trout Derby is not going to be worth it. I think I'm going to go ahead and buy some seeds of something, or just go ahead and get that backpack upgrade right now. There we go. And now I'm no longer limited in the mines. Maybe it wasn't the most optimal time to buy that, but it's such a huge quality of life upgrade. Okay, so now that we have some more coal and we've got these guys going, what do we need right now? We can go ahead and do the quartz now, because then we can do 3 more immediately. Okay. And now that we have those charcoal kilns, we know we can just chop some more wood when we need to. Okay, so we still need more gold. Our gold iron ratio is off, but really the quartz is the bottleneck here. So we are going to want to farm geodes, really, which is basically just destroy every rock you see, I guess. But I'm not too terribly worried about that right this moment. But I think we do have time here. I guess I could have bought a few seeds at Pierre's. Let's see what's available. Let's see what's available. To be true to the challenge, I should probably be buying seeds from Joja, but until these mine carts are repaired, Pierre is much closer. And it's the same prices. That's the one thing I don't get. You pay 5,000 gold for the Joja membership, and then it's just the same prices. It's not actually cheaper. Five days continues to produce. 6 days. You know, I think we just get the melons. Even though it doesn't work out neatly. We're not really looking for neat and tidy right now. We're looking for money. And the melons are very profitable. So let's throw those in where I already have spots. Oh, we need our... Oh, I have my hoe. But we will also need the watering can. Alright, let's just do that before I forget that I did those couple. And then... Oh, that works out evenly. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, let's go get our watering can. Let's make more sprinklers. Okay. watering can. Okay. So there we go. We expanded it a little bit more. And that was being able to purchase that coal and seeds was solely due to the legend right there. Whoops, I still have a sprinkler. Okay. There we go. We have reduced our watering needs by a ton. We've reduced our watering burden by a ton. Okay, so do we head to the mine right now, or should we chop down some trees? We're getting very close to, we could calculate this, right? Our current sprinkler needs 2, 4, 6, 8 more sprinklers. One sprinkler is 5 gold ore, 5 iron ore, and 1 quartz. So we have more than enough to do. We have currently enough to do 14, only because the quartz is our limiter there. So the charcoal, the coal, is actually the limiting factor here. It takes 3 coal to make 1. So we should probably chop down some trees. Alright. What I'll do is I'll actually keep that. We'll do that. Yeah, we've got spammers in the chat. Okay. Alright, so let's go chop some trees. We'll just start. We'll probably stay close to this pond. We'll probably stay close to here. We do want to make the steel axe to get rid of that log. But we'll need more gold for that. We spent our gold here for the moment. It should not be a problem as soon as we harvest these melons. As soon as we harvest these melons, it should no longer be a problem. We'll get the greenhouse, we'll get seed makers. Is there anything else there? No, you can't see through those trees. It doesn't do the transparency on those trees on the edge of the farm. Okay. Once we harvest these melons, our money problems should pretty much be over. One of these days we'll get more legend row, and that will just kind of trickle in a few thousand at a time. It's a good thing we're doing this, because how much does it costs me 2 energy per round of the axe? So we can go ahead and eat a super cucumber here. We're going to go ahead and just chop down a bunch of trees because sap is something we want. For the greenhouse, we want to have quality fertilizer. Keep in mind, I know it's not the optimum way, but this is the challenge here, is that we're going to be a primary producer and we're going to sell the crops. We're not going to process them. So quality fertilizer, regular fertilizer and quality fertilizer, that's actually what we want to be doing here. We want the higher quality crops so that we can sell them for more gold. We don't really care with the strawberries in the greenhouse. The speed of growth does not matter. Out on the farm, the speed of growth very much matters. We're going to be using speed grow on the farm once we get to that point, probably next year. We're going to be using speed grow on the farm because that way we can get an extra harvest of each crop, an entire extra harvest of each season's crop. For the springtime, that's going to be cauliflowers. For the summertime, that's going to be melons. And for the fall, that's going to be pumpkins. And for the way the math works out is it's regular speed grow for, I believe, the spring and fall, and winter as well, I think, for powder melons. And then for the summer, it's deluxe speed grow is what's necessary to get an extra harvest out of the melons. Am I right on that? I'm going to have to look that back up. I'm looking to get that one extra harvest each season because this is my primary method of making money. So 20 gold each for speed grow fertilizer can get me another 200 gold from another melon, It is very worth it. Okay, we did some good clearing. We've got enough. It's only one. Oh no, it's two per swing. Oh my gosh. Alright, what is it? 4, 3. We've got it to 1 energy per swing of the pickaxe. So that's not bad at all. Alright, what do we got going on here? Let's throw some wood in the charcoal kilns and put gold. We found a house plant. Okay. Put gold in the furnaces overnight. Okay, we have the 4 iron bars, so we'll put quartz in the morning, and we'll have more sprinklers tomorrow. I could make 1 more sprinkler right now. Hey, look. A sprinkler's a sprinkler, right? Less watering. Okay, and where are we going with this one? Here, I guess. Okay, so tomorrow we have the possibility of being done with the sprinklers. Although I do have these seeds, I think I'm going to wait until morning to plant them. I don't want to deal with my energy right now. Okay. Alright, so I guess we put the plant there. And tomorrow. Yeah, 500 gold from those squash. Not a huge deal. Not a huge deal, but every little bit counts. Every little bit counts. Hey, buddy. Ooh, we got rain. We got lucky. Alright, we got very lucky. Wait, did I not put the wood back in the furnaces? Okay. Alright, so since it's raining, we just... How many seeds do I have? 5 seeds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh man, it would have been nice to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we should make a couple more scarecrows. Wasn't it? It was wood, fiber, and coal? Yeah, wood, fiber, and coal to make 2 more scarecrows. And that'll keep us going for a while. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So somewhere right around there. And then we just come here. It's going to be an R row there. Okay. And that should cover everything. Let's have a chat. Scare off 1 crow this entire time. 21 crows. Yeah. Alright, we've got this legend row to put in the bin. I believe that's 5,000 gold. Okay. Put 1 back because we can only do 3. But we are approaching equilibrium here on the sprinklers. But we're just going to have to keep going. Alright. So we'll put the gold in. And we'll do another round of charcoal. Okay. Don't need the watering can. Are we going to go to the mines? Or are we going to go fishing for cash? Tuna roe, not going to be worth nearly as much, but not worthless either. Not worthless either. We have a full bar of energy, so that might be best spent in the mines. That might be best spent in the mines. So it's still gold is the first shortage we're going to have. So let's go farm gold. Okay, we don't need those. And we need to swap the axe for the sword. Okay. It is 9:30 a.m. We are going to have so much gold. If I recall correctly, the gold was 50 less than the iron. So we could try to keep it balanced, or we could just go ahead and just do a full day of gold farming. I think that's what we might do. We might just do a full day of gold farming and hope for the best on the quartz, which has already paid off here. We're just going to rinse and repeat this 80 to 81. I mean, I guess I could, since I have the day, I have the entire day. Come on. I could take this opportunity to get to the bottom of the mines. Maybe that would be a good idea. Maybe that would be a good idea. I have the whole day. I have a full bar of energy. I have plenty of energy foods. I'll get gold on the way. If it's possible. Jeez. Maybe I shouldn't waste my energy on this. This is not going well. We'll see, but it doesn't seem like it's going to go well. I did not check the luck because I'm not really that concerned with it. There's a staircase right there. There's a quartz, there's a purple mushroom, all good stuff. Okay. So generally I'm just going to traverse the floor, kill monsters, make sure there's no free staircase, and then work my way back towards the entrance, hitting every rock I see. Oh, it's a crab. I'm definitely not a pro here. I'm just going to use this bomb right now. And it paid off. Mushroom floor is not bad news. I think I am going to pick up all the red ones to sell. They're worth a little bit of gold. It's not nothing. It's better than nothing. So we'll sell those. Nice. No staircases, but there are crates. Oh my goodness. I mean, that's a lucky staircase, but okay, and another lucky staircase. Lots of stuff. All right. Quartz. We're gonna need to eat for health as well. There is gold over there. We have to eat for health because I'm bad at this game. That's why we have to eat for health. Combat is my least favorite part. I would have completely avoided Skull Cavern runs if not for just bombing the floor. skull cavern is great for harvesting materials. It is. It's great for harvesting materials. It's just a pain in the butt. Before you have access to lots of bombs, it is a super pain in the butt. Alright, no free staircase. Sorry about that. Alright, there's a staircase right there. That's 90 obsidian edge. Is that an upgrade? Not really. Not at all, actually. Okay. So here, this backpack upgrade already coming in handy. Very much so. Alright, it is getting on into the evening, though, so maybe we just make it down to floor 95 and call it a day there. I guess I wasted a bunch of time because I manually traversed 80 to 85 and I already had the 85 elevator. But it looks like we're just gonna go to 95 and then head home and make some more progress on the sprinkler making. We are going to want to go ahead and probably make more furnaces. So that it speeds up that process. We're on 90 overrun with monsters. I'm just not dealing with that right now. Just not in the mood to deal with that right now. Would have taken me maybe 3 in-game hours just to clear that floor because of the way that map is and how many monsters there were. Would have been nice to have lightning rods already. I'm actually going to look that up. When do I get lightning rods? Because that's going to be a bottleneck as well. Foraging level 6. I'm so close. So I need to chop down some trees. I need to chop down some trees so that I can get some lightning rods on the farm. I can go ahead and do that now. Sounds like one tree got dropped by lightning. Okay. Oh, I got another bomb. Alright, it looks like maybe it might be worth going to open geodes at some point in the near future. We're just gonna throw that one seed in there. It's not a big deal. we'll come back to them. We're selling the red mushrooms. They have no other purpose. They are poisonous, but they do make money. I could just eat that. At the end of today, I mean, it's already late. I'm not going to use that much energy. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay. So we're just going to chop down some trees. We completely cleaned that. Okay, that's great. That's great. So let's clean up going this direction. And I believe we did 20 or 30, I think it was 30 wild seeds. So when we harvest those, that's foraging XP as well. I think by the end of this month, we might be done cleaning up this farm. I'm struggling to think what I might need the Green Rain event for. I'm not going to be doing a ton of anything with moss or fiber. I'm definitely going to need some of it for those statue builds once I reach mastery. Not sure how much of it I'm going to need though. And I also want some of it, some moss, not a ton though, to make a couple bait makers, deluxe bait makers. Because every once in a while I am going to want to go fishing for cash and for energy foods. I think starting about now, fishing starts to become obsolete. I'm going to be able to save my own energy foods. Okay, I didn't need to eat anything there. So let's actually make more charcoal. And what do we need right now? We need iron. Okay, so we'll have... Alright, we want to put the grapes away here. Grapes, sweet peas, and spice berries, I think is the other one, yeah. So we don't have any spice berries to make more of those. We're just gonna, this fishing bin is just going to be our energy food bin. I think the cave carrots have some use at some point. I'm just not sure what that use is. And now that we have our third backpack upgrade here, I think we just carry everything everywhere now. Right? I'm getting very tired of swapping tools. And now that we have our third backpack upgrade, I think we should be fine. It really comes into play once we start doing Skull Cavern runs. That's where we need to drop everything that we're not actively using. I could fall asleep to that voice I mean that in the most complimentary way possible. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's actually exactly what I'm going for. I fall asleep to watching other Stardew Valley streamers, and I truly appreciate the work that they put into that. This is how I talk normally anyway, and I do play Stardew Valley normally anyway, so I might as well talk to someone while I'm playing Stardew Valley. So I completely understand, and I take it as the highest compliment. I really appreciate that. So we're going to go ahead to bed. We're making progress. Early summer of year 1. Working our way towards the greenhouse to get it full of strawberries. We did catch the legend. Morning's been good. Morning's been good. It's been a good bit warmer here than it was yesterday, so that's always nice. It was almost 0 degrees Fahrenheit yesterday. 3 degrees. Today, 37 first thing in the morning. So that is a mighty swing of temperatures. And we are expecting a winter storm within the next few days. That could be pretty significant levels of ice. I'm on the east coast of the USA. How's your day going? I need to turn down the chat delay. 37 sounds perfect. Yes, exactly. If it's 37 first thing in the morning, -9 tomorrow. Are you Midwest USA? If it's 37 first thing in the morning, it's going to be a beautiful day. Yeah. 45 with the sun out. That's just a perfect winter day. But no such luck over the next couple days. It's going to be pretty treacherous. For you guys, even more so. High of 12, yeah. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Alright. Usually here on the East Coast, we'll have a couple days like that every year, just a few. Maybe 1 week worth. Each winter we'll have about 1 week's worth of single digits highs, where it'll drop down below 0 at night. But it's usually just 1 week a year. And it's been about the same this year. I think we're going to have about 1 week of pretty good cold. The rest of it's been very mild. Very mild. Highs in the 30s, the low 40s. But it has been very windy. We're in kind of a high location where I am, and the wind has been brutal. Alright, we're going to go ahead and water what we've got, and when that quartz comes out of those machines, we're going to make some more sprinklers. See, we're almost done with the sprinklers for the current ground that we have covered, but that ground is going to continue to rapidly grow. So we have to stay on top of the sprinkler farming here. You can see I've already got my scarecrows spread out to where this is going to go. I do need to put the axe in, and I should probably do that today. Put the axe into Clint. We'll go ahead and sell our 1 hot pepper, which might bring 50 gold or so. That was a mixed seed. Alright, let's make our sprinklers. of this by hand was a nightmare. Every day it took until afternoon to get it done. So now this is definitely one early summer goal achieved. Sprinklers on everything. I still have just these few. We're going to stretch it out here and then go south. Yeah, and this run particularly is a crop farming focused run. So I've never done it quite this way before. I picked the standard farm to have the most number of tillable tiles. I am not going to do a wine empire. There will be no sheds full of kegs. There will be no sheds full of preserve jars. There will be no sheds full of crystallariums. All of our money is going to come from selling. I won't say all. Most of our money is going to come from selling crops directly to the market. So we just want to keep exponentially rushing the size of these fields. That's why I rushed meeting Krobus so that I could buy iridium sprinklers every Thursday. I believe it's Fridays, but I completely agree with the sentiment. 10,000 gold for an iridium sprinkler is a banging good deal. Absolutely smashing good deal. 10,000 gold per iridium sprinkler. It's just shame you can only buy one per week, but it's definitely worth making the trip down every week. Because at that stage of the game, 10,000 gold for an iridium sprinkler is just such a good deal. Alright, so I think we're going to take our axe to Clint today. So what we need to do is we need to make more iron ore. I tell you what, do I have... I don't know why I keep looking in that chest. Do I have it? Yes, I can make one more furnace. So I'll do that. Actually, I'll just make as many as I can. I don't know why I ended up making multiples like that. We're going to make a bunch of iron, and then we're going to chop down some trees while we still have our axe, and then we're going to make the trip to Clint's to put this axe in so that we can get rid of these large logs, because I have one currently where I want to put crops next. And at the same time, this serves the purpose... They did not sink in the water there. At the same time, this serves the purpose of getting some foraging XP, because we need one more foraging level to make lightning rods. The battery packs are going to be a bottleneck here for making iridium sprinklers when we get to that point. So I want to get started on collecting battery packs as quickly as possible. Alright, our iron should be done smelting. I like when there's a thing following you. Nope, not yet. It should be close. I like when there's a thing following you. You're definitely going to pick it up, but you haven't reached it yet. Love you, bud. So if you're running away at just the right speed, you just see this log flying through the air. It's entertaining. Alright. We might as well throw some gold in the furnaces while we go to Clint's. Oh, and if we're going to Clint's, we might as well break geodes. Is there anything... Yeah, that... that, that. Okay, that's it. Let's go. So it's only a couple more days until the melons come ripe. After we sell those, the first order of business is to buy the greenhouse from Joja. I have no intention of going for perfection this run. I'm just curious about doing this huge crop farm. I know, sacrilege, right? I did. I've never done Joja before, and I figured I would like to see at least how it goes, right? It's in the game for a reason. So I'd at least like to see how it goes. And I felt like this would be a good run to figure that out. Because I'm just growing crops. I'm very specifically not doing a lot of things, which makes doing the community center pretty hard. So, and I've never done Joja before. I want to at least experience it one time. And I can see where it can be, if all you want to do is, quote, win the game, I guess, it can be pretty fast. Because if you just focus on making gold, then you're progressing, right? So it definitely streamlines the process, but it is not as enjoyable. There's no, feeling of accomplishment. So I think he balanced that well. And there's no mini goals where you're gathering little rewards here and there every time you finish. You bring in a bundle. Yeah, honestly, Morris can joke. Yeah, the guy is a jerk. I mean, you can't deny that. He's a capitalist. He only wants your money. The thing that I've been surprised by, because I've never bought a Joja membership before, so this is the first time I've even experienced buying the Joja membership. Joja is not cheaper than Pierre's. It's after you pay 5,000 gold to join JojaCo, they bring their prices down to be equal to Pierre's. So what did I pay 5,000 gold for? Sam's your sweet baby boy. I like Sam. He's decent. You gotta give respect to a skateboarder, He's gonna get that kickflip eventually. Alright, yes, and someone willing to embarrass themselves on stage if necessary. Alright, what did we get for a reward? Pumpkin seeds, not the end of the world. I really don't care about decorations right now. So you've married Sam and adopted kids. I've never married Sam. I've married Abigail, Penny, and Leah so far. Alex is definitely not my style. Sam is a nice dude. Yes, the Amethyst Eater. I find her interesting. She wants to be a warrior. She hangs out in the graveyard at night. These are traits that I find interesting. But to be fair, it doesn't really matter who you romance in this game. It all gets a bit static after marriage, right? They have a few lines that they say to you, They have a few gifts that they might give to you. They have a very set schedule that they keep. Yeah, Shane is a sad story. It is. It's meant to be, by design. I've never married Shane either, so maybe I should do that. Alright, we got a little bit of iridium ore, enough for one bar. I'm not sure that that really gets us anywhere there. Sandstone, I don't think I'll ever need that again. We'll save these pumpkin seeds. We'll need them later. And that copper ore, that's one more furnace. So we might as well do that. He pulls through when you marry him? Oh, okay. Well, that's good news. I know he kind of pulls himself up after he attempts to end himself. I mean, he manages to breed a blue chicken. The guy definitely has something going on, right? You know, he's got potential, that's for sure. Anybody who can stick with it long enough to breed a new variety of animal, that's something to be proud of, you know? He's just going through a rough patch, which definitely has nothing to do with stocking shelves at Joja. It's a very respectable job. And they could not possibly, I'm being sarcastic here, they could not possibly be mistreating their employees, right? Had a friend played with that was evil. She romanced him with beer. Oh no, feeding his addiction. Alright, so our axe is now in the shop. I guess we can go and farm some more materials and hope for the best on finding some quartz. Yeah, now that we have a bunch of furnaces, we're going to be able to burn through those raw materials quickly. Penny is sad, but I will tell you, I did marry her once, and it's very flat. She's pretty flat as far as story is concerned. You know, her mother's an abusive drunk. She lives in a hellhole. And, oh, you know, I've never been up here yet since that boulder went away. Okay, I thought I was supposed to meet the wizard up there. Yeah, so her story falls a bit flat after you marry her. She really just wants kids. So maybe, and I wasn't willing to have kids, so maybe after you have kids with her, maybe it gets more interesting. Yeah, I think we all have that in the back of our minds, don't we? That the wizard is the true father. I mean, just look at him, right? Just look at the wizard, and look at Abigail, and look at Pierre. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I guess, in a small way. I can't really give Pierre too much respect. But I guess that might give him a bit of an excuse as to why he is the way he is. Do you think I'm gonna deny the message because I don't want that stuff in my chat? That's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not that sensitive. but I don't want anyone to feel like they can't be safe in my chat room. You know what I mean? So, but do you really think that's what that stash was? I always thought it was. I always thought it was, you know, some wacky weed or something. I mean, you've seen Carolyn's tea ceremony, right? There's got to be something else in that tea. So I always thought that was Pierre hiding his own stash so that Carolyn didn't get into it. I guess that's definitely something that could be open to interpretation. I like when people leave things open to interpretation. I like a little bit of mystery. The blue-haired one. Oh, Emily. Yeah, not my style. The crystal girl. Yeah, she's a bit strange. When she tells you she had a dream about you, and you get to see the dream, that's a weird scene. I do want that quartz down there, but I don't see anything else that I want to go through this much combat over. I am going to want to max everything as quickly as I can, but when I go into the mines having a purpose, I want to fulfill that purpose and keep going. I definitely need to max my combat skills so that I can get mastery. With my huge fields, I'm going to want that iridium scythe as quickly as possible. I said scythe and clicked on the scythe because I said it out loud. I am clicking on tools because my mouse's center scroll wheel is currently malfunctioning. I'm getting another mouse today. I have a spare mouse somewhere in this house, and I definitely looked for it. I could not find it anywhere. I even recall seeing the box recently, but I can guarantee you I will come home with the new mouse, and I will put this old one away as a spare, and then I will find the extra mouse that I had. That is how that is going to go. I can almost guarantee it. We've got a nice vein of gold ore here. We're gonna need more gold than iron anyway. Hey Gianna, what's up? We're gonna need more gold than iron anyway because the seed makers also use gold. So both the quality sprinklers and the seed makers, and if I remember correctly, the iridium sprinklers also use gold. So we are going to need loads and loads of gold. So this boring gold farm is going to continue for a very long time. I think I'm just going to go ahead and walk home. Starting to get low energy and health. I at least have pretty good food stores now. These super cukes are very good. Really cold on my side after a heavy rain. Was it you said you're in the UK? Was that you, Gianna? It's much warmer here today than it was yesterday, so thankful for that. think there might be time for me to get some iron smelted here this evening. A couple summer squash seeds. We might as well go ahead and plant. We're just using this fishing box as a energy foods box because I'm not using the fish for anything else. What'd you say? Oh, I couldn't remember if it was you that was from the UK, that was currently living in the UK or not. Okay, we're gonna sell these red mushrooms. Put that away. We're gonna go ahead and plant what we have to plant. 9 seeds, and we're going to, we'll do some iron and some quartz so that we can get some sprinklers down. Yeah, that was you. Okay. Okay, so what is cold for you right now? I mean, it's the middle of winter for both of us. Be back just having a warm shower. I understand. There's those days where you're just feeling cold and all you want is to just stand in the shower until it runs out of hot water. Okay. Alright, I have an upgraded watering can now. Okay, it was nice chatting with you for a bit. The doggos are awake, so gotta spend time with the new puppy. Have a great stream. Thank you for joining me, Prince Puddin'. I appreciate that. Thank you for spending time with me. Have a great day. Pet those puppies for me. Alright, all the new seeds have been watered. And we're just waiting for things to come out of the furnaces now. And then we'll have more than enough to continue growing these fields. Wish I would have noticed that before I planted seeds over there. I can make some more wild seeds though, so let's go ahead and do that. Might as well go ahead and do that. Now, where was that from? There it was. And how much to swing at one time? Is it just one? Yeah, so we're perfectly safe. Although we should probably how much to water? Oh, okay. I'm not going to eat a super cucumber. That would be very wasteful. But I can eat something else. Maybe something that only gives me a little bit. How about a halibut? Okay, let's make these sprinklers. I think we can get this done without passing out. We can make 4 sprinklers. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So that was a very productive day. We're going to have to get inside here. But that was definitely a productive day. We enlarged our field. we got more materials. We made almost no money. That's definitely one thing with the crop focused, is it's going to come in huge chunks. It's gonna come in huge chunks. Is this melon day? No, not yet. It's not melon day yet. Okay, and oh my goodness, this is the first day, Wednesday, summer 10. This is cause for celebration, I think. This is the first day that I have not had to water anything. That's wonderful. I love that. Alright, we have some gold bars still. So let's do our iron. Okay, these summer squash at this point, I think I'm selling everything. We have plenty of energy food saved up here to last us quite a while. It's been a while since I've gotten any roe from this fish pond. The Pelican Town luau. Okay. Maybe an iridium quality fish. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I think we'll do an iridium quality fish for the luau. And we'll see what happens. Okay. And I don't know, maybe I think that got struck by lightning. Because that is definitely supposed to be a melon, and it's dead. Okay. Alright, so we're doing really well here. We have plenty of gold ore, so maybe today we focus on iron ore. Maybe today we focus on iron ore. I don't think our axe is ready yet, so let's just go farm some iron ore. Love you, bud. Gotta remember to pet that dog. Not that it's huge benefits later or anything, but look, you've got a dog on the farm. You gotta pet it. So we're just gonna do this same repetitive so this time we're going 40 to 41. Okay, at least there's no rocks here that are going to take 2 swings. I think the iron might take 2 swings. Yeah. And we can see our quartz, iron, and coal and copper all at the top row. So we can kind of keep track of what we're doing. And we're just going to keep repeating floor 40 to 41. Probably looking for 100 iron ore or so. I'm not sure that we really need a skill up in anything currently. Obviously, I would like to get everything leveled up to be able to get mastery. I am going to break these the crystals, because there's a small chance of getting a refined quartz from breaking a crystal. I'm not sure it's worth the time, but until I get a crystallarium, the quartz is probably going to be the bottleneck here, because it's just based on luck as to whether you find it or not. Right? The iron I'm going to find regardless. The gold I'm going to find regardless. But the quartz is just luck of the draw. Now, once I get a crystallarium, then that's 2 guaranteed quartz per day from 1 crystallarium. So, once you get the recipe and battery packs, which is we're waiting to get our axe back from Clint, and then we need to level up foraging one more time to get the recipe for lightning rods. Hopefully we can do that before we get another thunderstorm, and that way we can start stacking battery packs. Because we're going to need those battery packs, not for crystallariums, but for iridium sprinklers. We're not going to do any sheds of crystallariums. We're not using crystallariums for profit. We're not using kegs for profit. We're not using preserve jars for profit. Just crops, just raw crops. So fertilizers are going to be utilized pretty extensively during this run. Nice, some more summer squash seeds, some geodes, I'll take it. This was really worth spending the time on this floor, but we did get a staircase, and I will take the combat XP and the chances at coal. And a swashbuckler hat? Are you kidding me? Let's go. I think we just won the game. Is that how we win? I've never found a swashbuckler hat before. That's pretty fancy, guys. We're at the height of fashion here in Stardew Valley. I don't think the hat is doing anything for us, though, but it is very, very fashionable. I mean, check us out. Check us out. Look at this guy. Now this hat, I tell you what, it might not be the most practical for in the mine, but for long days out in the fields, I don't know that you can get much better than this thing. Look at that brim. That's going to keep out so much sun. Keep it off my neck, keep it off my shoulders. Alright, I don't see anything here. We're just going to go back up to the top. That's the first time I've ever... I don't know why I went down that without getting the iron. That was pretty silly. Alright, we are at 100. We're at 99 iron ore. So maybe do it one more time. And then do a few runs down to the gold levels. Alright, so we're over 100 iron ore. That was most of our day was spent there. So we're gonna go search for some gold ore, and I feel like we get more quartz on this floor. Right, because that's where we really need... I don't know that we're gonna need these for anything, but we might as well get them and sell them. Use them for the gold. And I think we have hit the stage where I'm just going to leave when our energy is empty, because the timing works out about right. I would like to get back to the farm and maybe have a chance at making some more sprinklers today, although it's not required. Nice, nice, okay. Well, in that case, we might just go ahead and pass out in the mines today. We've leveled up our mining, which is great news. Oh, come on. It takes 4 hits for a diamond right now. Is there anything else on this floor? Yes, there is. Glad I looked. Wouldn't want to pass up any quartz at this point. I think you might actually need refined quartz for iridium sprinklers as well. I'll look that up. So we're going to go ahead. Whoops, that was not what I intended to do. Hey, Whimsical Whisker. We're just farming materials in the mines right now for sprinklers. We're just doing a sprinkler materials farming run. So that's iron, gold, and quartz. This is still year 1. This is summer of year 1. And so we are rapidly scaling up our crop farming. This run is based entirely on crop farming. I've never done Joja before, so hate me now, I'm doing Joja. Because I'm not going for perfection. I'm not concerned with perfection. I'm going for filling an entire standard farm, every tillable tile that I can get reasonably, with starfruit. I want to see what happens. I know, it's not, I can tell you already, at this early stage, it's not nearly as satisfying. It's just all about the gold. I don't like it, but in a run where I have no concern for perfection, it does make sense. It does make sense. It's just only about the money. So here we are, we're early summer. I'm just waiting for my first melon harvest. And as soon as I have my first melon harvest, I'll be able to build the greenhouse. I have strawberries saved up from springtime, and once I harvest those melons, I should level up to, in farming to get the seed maker recipe, and then immediately fill the greenhouse with strawberries. I have not found any ancient fruit yet. I've not found an ancient seed yet. So I believe that strawberries are going to give me the best, most consistent income in the greenhouse to start out with. And we're already in place to go ahead and do that. We just need to level up farming one more time, which I think this melon harvest should do for us because it is significant. I think it's 230 melons we have planted at the farm right now. I'm actually heading back right now. Or am I? I don't think I am. I leveled up. I'm passing out in the mines today. Let's get our gold up here. I don't really care so much about the copper, just so I can see how much I have. We're going to get that greenhouse going, and then we're going to get the bus service repaired so that we can get deluxe speed grow from the desert. I'm going to have to look back at the wiki again to determine whether I need the deluxe speed grow for the pumpkins in the fall. I believe the pumpkins in the fall will do the same with regular speed grow as they will with deluxe speed grow. So the regular speed grow is going to be much cheaper. If that is the case, then I can delay the bus being repaired in favor of immediately doing the mine carts. Getting the mine carts fixed is just such a huge quality of life upgrade. So if I don't need the desert immediately, then I'm not doing the desert immediately. It's going to be a while before I'm ready for Skull Cavern runs anyway. Alright, it's 12:40. We do need health if we intend to finish this out. Specifically because I'm horrible at combat. If I wasn't so bad at combat, we wouldn't need that health. Still haven't done the Skull Cavern. 650 hours. Wow. I'm gonna recommend that you watch a YouTube video. If you search for Trash Marble, her channel name is Trash Marble. You search for Trash Marble Skull Cavern Guide. I hate it. I have about 300 to 400 hours in this game so far. I hated the Skull Cavern. I'm terrible with the combat in this game. I don't like it. I did not enjoy the Skull Cavern. She lays out the way to do it, and it's not, and this is also why I liked it, it's not just build a bunch of staircases and go down, but basically you just have to bomb every floor. If you do the Skull Cavern on an Iridium Luck day, and you bring pumpkin soup and a triple espresso for your food buffs, then generally speaking, you can find a staircase with 1 to 2 bombs, normal bombs. And so that means you're going to spend 1,000 to 2,000 gold per floor, per staircase you find. Sometimes you will find shafts, and you'll go down 5 to, I think it's 1 to 15 floors possible. There's definitely ways to reduce the amount of pain that Skull Cavern runs cause. I only do them for the resources. I definitely do not enjoy them. But they are very worth it for the resources. Yes, it's a great video. She gives great tips, and it kind of removes that pain barrier so that you can just do it. Do it, be done with it, come home with 300 to 400 iridium ore, 300 to 400 iron, copper, gold ore, maybe 50 to 100 copper or coal. It's just so many good resources. I'm totally willing to pay at that stage of the game 100 to 200,000 gold to the dwarf to just buy all the bombs, and then you just have to bring with you your buff foods and your health food, which is whatever you normally use to recover health and energy. And you basically ignore all of the monsters, and you just blow up stones and ore nodes, and you just keep moving. You don't really engage with the combat. And you can come back with hundreds of iridium ore, multiple prismatic shards for one run. You'll find a treasure floor and possibly get an auto petter, which is the only way to get an auto petter if you don't go oh man, there was a huge gold vein there. So once you can kind of remove the pain, I'm never going to say that I'm going to enjoy those Skull Cavern runs, but you can definitely remove the pain from them and keep moving with the game then. Because those materials are absolutely essential to really progressing further. Alright. So we need to throw some... Oh, we've got lots of iron. Yeah, so this is our goal, is to just keep spreading this crop field further and further. I finally just got ahead of myself on the sprinklers. Now that I'm done with watering, I would really like to be done with watering forever, if you get what I mean. So I'm farming for sprinklers hard. And once these melons come ripe, that should get me a level in farming. Hey bud, love you, Chillin' Junior. That should get me a level in farming, and then I can make seed makers. And it'll also be enough money to buy the greenhouse and get that started. Alright, I know I have some yellow squash. Where did I pick that stuff from? Alright. And I also have a dozen between the flower seeds and the mixed seeds. I have a dozen things to plant. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. I literally just found right before you joined. Oh yes, if I remove the hat, you'll see what I was going for. Smurf Mr. T. This was Smurf Mr. T from the beginning. But I think just before you got on here, I found this swashbuckler hat in the mine. And I couldn't think of a much better hat for farming large plots outside. This is gonna protect my neck and shoulders there, keep the sun off, keep the rain off. I love this hat. Yeah, 149 gold. Not bad, not bad. Alright, we finally got some more legend row. So that's going to be some good money in a few days. The luau has begun on the beach. Alright. Oh, I have one more mixed seeds? Why do I have one more mixed seeds? Oh. I failed. I failed. Alright, let's have a look. Let's put away stuff. Let's put stuff away so that we can see what we're doing here. Okay. Do we have the materials to make... Okay, we need to put quartz into these furnaces. And we do have enough to make the one sprinkler that I need to make right now. So you see, that's how it very quickly goes from... Oh my gosh, that is not the right place. Very quickly goes from more than enough sprinklers to not enough sprinklers. I would really love to just never water anything ever again at this stage. Yeah, we'll just throw this super cucumber in and hope for the best. Let me have some tea. I think this super cucumber should probably do the job in the luau potluck. I've definitely never before this game heard of a potluck, meaning put everything in the same pot. That is a new concept. Alright, and we're just going to chat with everyone. We have not really been focused on friendships at all. We've just been busy money grubbing Joja. I'm with you, Sam. I'm with you. Who cares? Right? Why is the governor such a big deal? I think if we're having a good time, that's all that matters, right? Oh, Harvey getting a little handsy there. Already did it, Marnie. Already did it. Marnie's such a pure soul. She's just a good, hard-working farm girl. Really wish for better things for her, you know? Lewis is just not it. Lewis is just not it. The guy's a creeper. Oh man, I don't have 3,000 gold for the starfruit, but by the time it matters... I know, Elliot. By the time it matters... Hold on. He's a butthead. Yeah, I'm allowing that. I have pretty strict filters on the chat so that it remains a safe space, but that one is allowed. Lewis can go suck an egg. He needs to give that woman what she deserves, or let her go get it from someone else. No, you're fine. You're fine. I just have the filters set to the absolute strictest settings, just to make sure that the chat remains a safe space. That's all. That's the tamest of things. I'm surprised it filtered it. To be fair, most of the filtering that I'm looking for is to keep the advertising and spamming to a minimum. I only started streaming a couple days ago, and I was not prepared for the amount of spamming that happens. Alright, let's get this over with. Let's see if the governor likes whatever the heck this big pot of sludge is. Yeah, I've been very unpleasantly surprised by how much spam there is, so I have my filter the whole way up. And sometimes it gets a little overzealous. I'm slowly learning, learning how to handle it. All right, Governor. What do you think? Oh, it is. It's the best soup he's ever tasted. All right. Yeah, I think the most interesting spam is that I've had at least 5 different people try to offer me graphic design services to improve my channel in just 2 days. It makes me wonder if there's some massive graphic design economy crash or something. It's just a strange thing. The soup was out of this world. Time to head home, and I'm magically on my doorstep at 10 p.m. Yeah. Are you streaming Stardew as well? Is that what you're focused on? Alright, we can make 4 more sprinklers right now. Coral Island. I haven't heard of that one. It's good. Okay. This is a PC game. And is it like, it's like this? It's kind of in the Harvest Moon style. Very similar to Stardew, yeah. Yeah, Concerned Ape was not shy about saying that Harvest Moon was a very big influence for this. Just about any farming sim is going to say the same thing. And they all have their different takes on it. I just feel like for me, as soon as I downloaded this and played it for the first time, I felt like this was just a masterful take on the genre. You stream on PS5, okay. I'm on Steam. I'm on a PC. I don't know that it really makes much of a difference. Alright, so we're back to not needing to water anything. Is that wheat ready right now? No, not yet. We're back to not needing to water anything. So we should be safe for tomorrow. But we might want to carry some food with us. Excuse me, dog. Okay. That was going to be tragic if the dog would not let me into my bed. See, the gold per day is not exactly great. It's going to come in big waves. Excuse me. Steel axe is ready. Alright, that's good news. That's good news. We've got gold coming out. Alright. Whoops, wrong the wheat is ready, and our forage is ready. Okay. It'd be really nice. It's going to be really nice when we can get that iridium scythe. Okay, so lightning struck a few of these crops. Alright, so is that it? No, there's still a couple poppies from the mixed flower seeds that we planted. Alright, so we're going to fill in these gaps with more summer seeds. Right, we want that foraging experience. How many of these do we want to do, though? What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 8 is 72. So we've got 70 spare spaces. We might just want to go ahead and make them all. I believe tomorrow is going to be the melon harvest day. Yeah, let's just make all these. Okay, let's try and make sure we fill in any gaps first. Eagerly awaiting the days where I'm racing around with coffee all the time. Next year, probably. Okay, how many seeds do we currently have? 42. Whoops. Alright. Alright, down to 20. Gotta work on my accuracy here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. But yeah, we want these foraging levels so that we can make lightning rods. Because once we get to iridium sprinklers, those battery packs are going to be the bottleneck ingredient, the bottleneck material. So we want to plant as many forageable seeds as possible. Let's go water the dog while we have the watering can in hand. And what might happen, this field might actually shrink. Love you, bud. This field might actually shrink after this first harvest because I'm going to be spending a lot of the gold on the greenhouse. Alright, we can sell what we picked here. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll probably try to just fill it back up. I've got the sprinklers, so I should be keeping it full at this point. We're only going to get 2 harvests in this first year's summer, but next year I should have, next year I should have the fertilizer to get a 3rd harvest and the money to buy it all. Yeah, the sad part is I'm not going to be able to wait the time that it might take to make a giant crop. Actually, I'm not sure you can get a giant crop in just a 2x2 square. So I'm not sure it would even be possible anyway. I think you have to have a 3x3 square. Well, that should be tomorrow. That should be tomorrow. So let's get through today. And I've got to go to Clint and pick up my axe. And other than that, what do we got? We got to do quartz. Go to Clint and pick up my axe. Almost guaranteed there's no way that I can actually afford any of the books at the bookseller right now, right? I only have 2,600 gold. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, the melon harvest, I believe, should be tomorrow. I think they're 12 days. Seaweed, I don't have one right now, and I'm not going to get one. Yeah, thanks, George. I like George. He's a grumpy old man, and that really speaks to me, I think. Alright, Clint, give me that steel axe. And then I guess I'll come around and have a chat. Buddy, you're depressing. You're depressing to talk to. Why did I even do that? Yeah, I think I really identify with George being a grumpy old man. You know, he's kind of a nice guy when you get to know him. And in my experience in life, that is true to how grumpy old men actually are. Yeah, there's no way I can afford any of this. That price catalog would be nice, though. Alright, we've got our axe now. Yeah, in my experience, that is exactly how grumpy old men are. Do I have to... What do I have to... There we go. I can't see what I'm doing behind this balloon. You know, they're later in their life. Everything hurts all the time. You can't believe how much that affects your life when everything hurts all the time. I have chronic arthritis myself. And these guys in a wheelchair, I'm sure, have much worse. They've lived a long life. They've had lots of experiences. So if you can get them talking about something that they used to do, like when George says about how he used to do some farming when he was younger, if he could get out of that wheelchair, he'd show you a thing or two. That's true to life. That's very true to life. Alright, I think we wait for tomorrow. I don't think I want to spend any of this gold right now. I do want to just look at what he charges for regular basic fertilizer. It's 100 a piece. I don't think that's worth it at all. The speed grow is also 100 a piece. Now that is worth it for getting an entire extra crop on a huge farm. But not this year. Alright, let's turn in this prize ticket. Okay, that's great news. A peach sapling. That's great news. Once we get that greenhouse, I'll put that peach sapling in there. Peaches are universally liked. No one dislikes a peach. So once I have a steady stream of peaches, I can just carry a stack of them with me into town and start working on those friendship hearts. Let's just take a quick peek up here. Alright, and now that we have our axe back, we are going to clear some more trees off the farm for that nice foraging XP. We'll put that in there until we get the greenhouse. Okay. We can make 4 more sprinklers. Okay, we can't go the whole way over there just yet, because of that log. So let's hope for a foraging level. I really want to get some lightning rods down. What is going on here? Okay, I'm not sure why I wasn't hitting that. I'm sure it was user error. I mean, as most things are, I'm sure it was user error. I think I'll leave these. They're far enough away, they don't need to be cleared at the moment. Nice, nice. Yeah, no, leave it. They don't need to be cleared at the moment. I'm not getting my crop field over this far for a while. Was really just looking for wood and experience there. Ah, and the fruit bat cave. I have not been in here yet. I keep forgetting to come in here and harvest the fruit bat cave. That was a nice little harvest. Let's see, not much in the way of energy. Pomegranates are great gifts. Wild plums, blackberries, salmon berries are nice because they're at least just free. Apple, spiceberry, cherry. Alright. I guess it's time to make a chest. We've got our foraging here. I guess it's time to make a chest. I don't really need to be keeping vegetables, fruit, and stuff like that. But it's not the end of the world. Alright. So that's going to be our fruit. What I might do, I might leave that over here, and then that'll be, when we go into town, we can snag some gifts out of there. Okay. Just chop down some more trees. We didn't actually get that much wood. I'd like to have more wood available for those charcoal kilns. I never really had to use charcoal kilns much before this run, but these sprinklers, the sprinkler production line is testing me. Okay. All right. was a productive day. We've cleared a good bit of the farm. We enlarged our field. We've got sprinklers for days. Quite possibly only a couple days. We've got, I believe this melon harvest should be tomorrow. And as far as I can tell, we are ready for it. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and try to make some of these right away. All right. Here we go, I think. Oh, and it's raining. Okay. So let's see what we need to make these. Iron bar, refined quartz, and battling. Okay. Well, it's a shame they're going to take refined quartz. There's our melon field. You see that? That is... Alright, so right now we are just going to focus on actually making these. It's iron bar, refined quartz, and battling. Okay, we're gonna spare a bit. Wow. Did you guys see that? I put down the lightning rods and it immediately got struck. That was nuts. Alright, yes, isn't it a beautiful thing? Look at this. Don't you just wish you had an iridium scythe right now? Because I have to go through and pick all this up too. So I'll pick all this up, and actually I will be selling this directly to Pierre because I need the gold right now this minute. Nice, we leveled up farming. That should be our seed maker recipe overnight. So the timing is all coming together. We've got the harvested melons. We're going to sell them to Pierre. We're going to go get the greenhouse built overnight. We're going to get the seed maker recipe overnight. We're going to make some seed makers and start just pounding the strawberries into the seed makers and fill up the greenhouse with strawberries. First, I will go to Robin's and have her move the greenhouse, though. I do not like where it is currently. I want it closer to the house. I'd like to move the dog bowl from where it is and put the greenhouse in that corner up there so that it's close to the house. The strawberries are going to be ripe every 4 days. And I'm horrible at keeping track of stuff like that. So I'm going to want to kind of just poke my head in to check on it until I can get the farm computer, which would tell me if the crops are ripe or not. Alrighty. That was a bunch of melons. Okay, let's look at this. Yeah, that's a bunch of melons. Yeah, the sound design in this game is wonderful, isn't it? I love the sound design. Harvesting things is just so satisfying. Alright, so what was it? It was iron. Alright, we are going to have to go back into the mines very soon. Maybe not today. We've got a lot going on today. But we're going to need more iron. We're going to need more quartz. We're going to need more coal. Alright. We're going to sell every last piece that we just harvested. We're not going to keep any of it. We have fish sitting in a box there in the summertime so that we can eat it when we need it. That's nothing that I just said sounded good. Alright, here we go. 31,000 just from the stack of silvers, 27,000 from the stack of golds, 21,000 from the stack of regulars. So we're up to 85,000 gold. Well, that was a success. So now we're going to go to Joja and we're just going to hand them a buttload of gold. And they're going to repair the greenhouse. And then we're going to go back. We're going to repair the greenhouse. Okay, so I should have at least just curiously looked at the rest of the things while I was there. Went from 2 grand to 85,000. Yep, just like that. And Pierre apparently had that cash in the register. So, you know, he should have a security guard in there. What? Why would it try to... Okay. Whoops. Oh no, how do I undo that? Is it possible to undo that? Okay, hold on. Learning things. Okay, no, that message was fine. I think that got flagged for anti-bullying because of the word crazy. I don't know what to say. Okay, so we've got the... Okay, hold on. He's a silly man. Yeah, that works too. I just misclicked the accept or deny button on the auto mod. That's all. I just misclicked the auto mod button. So now we have this money. I'm going to use the wiki real quick to see how much the minecart bundle costs. Minecarts is 15,000 gold. The bus is 40,000 gold. Okay. So here's the thing. I think I'm going to look up the pumpkins to see which fertilizer I needed for that. I'm not going to have level 10, so I'm not going to have agriculturalist yet. Or maybe I will after the second harvest. Yes, you definitely need the deluxe speed grow for the pumpkins to get a third harvest. I'm just not sure if I'm going to have the money to be able to do that. So, do I save the money to repair the bus immediately? Or do I just spend it all on melon seeds and see how big we can go? I don't know how much watering I really want to do. But I think in the spirit of this challenge, I hate that I'm about to say this. I think in the spirit of this challenge, I have to just buy all of the melon seeds I can afford. I think we can wait until next year for the deluxe speed grow, because I don't think I can really afford it this year anyway. I feel like it is a good choice for the bus. I do. I do. I'm just debating how much money I'm going to have available. Look at how many look at how much of this farm I would want to cover with deluxe speed grow. That's going to be, I believe Sandy sells it for 80 gold. Is that right, or is it 150? Deluxe speed grow is Deluxe speed grow is 80 gold each. Times 300, that's 24,000 gold. I don't think I'm in a position to be able to afford that this year. I don't think I'm in a position to afford that this year. So I think I'm just going to see how many melons we can buy. Next year it is then. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just don't think I'm going to have that gold. I'm going to want to be 24,000 gold is no small feat. I'm going to want to spend that on the mine carts and such. Getting the mine carts fixed is such a huge quality of life improvement. Alright, well, I guess now should be the time to stop buying seeds from Pierre, right? If we're going to be in the full spirit of this challenge. The crazy part is, you spend 5,000 gold on the membership for Joja. It's supposed to be a big discount store. And all that the membership does is bring the prices down to match Pierre's. I don't really get that, you know? We paid a lot of money for this membership to this shopping club, and we don't get a discount hardly at all. Alright, that's 300. And I think I have the sprinklers for 300 already. I think what I do here is just take this down to basically 15,000 gold. 450 melon seeds, my goodness. That way, with just a little bit more gold, I can get those mine carts fixed. Alright, I'm glad I made some more sprinklers. We'll deal with the lightning rods later. We're going to have 4 battery packs there. Alright. Let's get going. Fill in our gaps first. And then just start cruising. And we'll make, if we have enough time, we'll make some more regular fertilizer. What is behind... It was a melon. It was a melon that was behind that scarecrow. So I guess I get to keep one as a memorial for the first melon harvest. I guess I could do that. Put it on a sign, yeah. Or maybe get one of those little end tables and put it on a pedestal. Alright. Just trying to make sure I fill in all the gaps here. I don't want any weeds starting to grow in the middle of the field. Okay, so now I'm actually looking forward to winter. That sounds better than a sign. Yeah, maybe have it up on a pedestal. I think Robin sells an end table. I think you can put something on an end table. Come on. Alright, I currently am still holding 207 melon seeds. So that would be 20 couple sprinklers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So I am going to have to do some watering, but not a ton, I don't think. Whoops, that was completely unintentional. That was just me being a horrible gamer right there. That also. I pickaxe them back up if I miss the field, because I don't want to be running by there and accidentally put a seed in it. You know what I mean? Kind of looking forward to winter so that I can upgrade my hoe. I'm not going to get a chance during any growing season to upgrade my hoe. Alright, let's throw these down. At every turn I try to kind of still haven't added it. Still haven't added what? What haven't I added yet? I try to kind of idiot-proof my own playthrough. You know, I have to accept that I'm an idiot, and I have to protect myself from myself. So, 85? I don't know that I like that. I don't know that I like having to water 85, but it's not nearly as bad as what it was when I first started. I was watering 200 spaces earlier. Okay, let's... whoops. Right, that's a sprinkler spot. Okay. I don't think I'm going to have time to get to the fertilizer here. Alright, so there's definitely some watering to do. I'll get on making more sprinklers. I'll spend a few more days doing the boring ore farming to make more sprinklers. Really wishing for a crystallarium. I've already sent you a request. Okay, buddy. After this stream is over, I will address your request. I'm sure you're talking about a Discord request, and I'm sure that this Discord request has something to do with graphic design services, so I will get to it after the stream. Don't expect that you're going to sell me anything, though. I just want to temper your expectations. If it's you trying to sell me graphic design services, you will be immediately banned. So I'm just going to say that right now. If you feel that that is what's going to happen, then you can just stop now. Alright, we do have some time. And we do have some aged roe to sell. Don't eat the sap. That is definitely not what I want going on. No sap eating. Okay, let's make all this fertilizer. Do I have any more just sitting around? I do not. And let's fertilize 90 more spots. This is just basic fertilizer to increase. Let them know. Look, I mean, I don't know if they're actually listening or not. You know, they're probably just bots or whatever, bot farms. But if me saying no on stream could possibly prevent me from having to ban them later, I would love if that was the case. Okay. Every time I have to use the stream manager is time that I'm not playing the game and chatting with you guys, you know? So I'd like to avoid it if possible. Alright, what have we got going on here? We've got our memorial melon, which I tell you what I'm going to do. Just for now, I'm going to go ahead and make a chest, and I'm going to put it inside. And we're going to stick the memorial melon in the chest for now. And we will deal with that later. I think it deserves a place of honor. Alright, sprinklers, here we come. I need to make everything for the sprinklers. I only have 2 quartz. So absolutely, we need to go back into the mines tomorrow. And I'm also out of coal. So yes, we 100% are going back to the mines tomorrow. Not super happy about that. But does this even fit on the screen anymore? If I just, almost. Okay, so our crops are now larger than one screen. Alright, we're just going to go to bed. We're going to stick this in the corner. We're going to go to bed. Alright, the greenhouse is getting built. I know where you're going. We're going to do our watering. Alright, yes, there's our seed maker recipe. There's our iridium sprinkler recipe. I am a good ways away from being ready to do skull cavern runs. I don't feel close to doing Skull Cavern runs right now. So those iridium sprinklers are definitely going to wait a while, but these seed makers are going to happen immediately. Okay, we're going agriculturalist because we are not processing these crops. We are just selling them raw. So we actually want this faster growth rate so that combined with speed grow fertilizer we can get another crop per season. Alright. So let's do our watering for today. And then... Did I did it? Yes, it's Sunday. This is a lesson that I've learned many times. The Queen of Sauce is on Sunday, and guess what? Every Sunday, I learn that lesson again. You know, you learn something new every day. Like, on Sundays, I learn that the Queen of Sauce is on TV. What's up, Granny? Evelyn's so sweet. Well, I've been hard at work. Wow, why thank you, Evelyn. That's going to come in handy very soon, actually. Thank you, Whimsical Whisker, for the follow. I appreciate it. I should be on tomorrow morning as well. I appreciate you joining me. I appreciate your conversation. Have a great day. Thanks. Oh, and I learned how to craft the garden pots as well. The problem is, I think they also take quartz to make. Good old George. See you later, Whimsical Whisker. Thanks for joining me. And thank you, Granny Evelyn. What a sweetie. Alright, we're going to collect all this stuff from these machines, and then we're actually going to move the machines. I want to try to put the greenhouse here if I can. I'm not sure if it's going to be allowed because of that. Not sure if it's going to be allowed. Alright. Got a pink cake from Mom in the mail. An auto grabber. Yeah, I'm not going to need that. A pale ale. Does Gus ever sell a pale ale? Because I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna make that. I think we might have had lightning strike a plant there. Alright, come on. Alright, I think I'm gonna probably end the stream after this day. We're going to water all these melons, and we're going to end up doing some ore farming in the mines. Really, we're after quartz, so maybe we actually do some mine progression today instead of just farming ore. Whoops. We're back to watering again. I didn't really want to be. But I think it is important to consistently increase the size of these fields. Our last harvest was, I believe it was 82,000 gold. So I definitely want it to be more than that. I think if you water the spot, it prevents it from untilling. Alright, so we've got a couple hot peppers. Hot peppers are not really a big deal. They're not worth much. Okay. Alright, so we've got those. Right, we want to go ahead and pull these up. And we'll put them back again after we move the greenhouse. Okay, so for now, what I need to do is look at seed makers. 10 coal per seed maker. Okay, I'm going to need to buy coal. I don't think there's any way around that. I mean, I could definitely just chop down a whole forest and try to make charcoal out of all of it. I wonder, where can I and where can't I put these? Okay, I can block off the spouse area. I can block off the spouse area. Okay. Alright. Okay. I currently have no coal. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to go up to Robin's to see about moving stuff around. And then I guess I go fix the mine carts and buy a bunch of coal. Right? What was the recipe for? Wood, coal, gold bar. I can farm the other stuff pretty effectively, but the coal I cannot effectively farm the coal. Okay, we're gonna put the dog. We're just gonna put the dog right here. Nothing wrong with that. Alright. And then we're gonna see if we can... Oh, okay. Do we put it in line with the house? Do we do that? If we put it in line with the house... See, we can't do that. If we put it in line with the house, I think that makes the most sense. And then we put something else behind it. We can just decorate behind it later. Okay. So that's our farm currently. We're all stacked up on this side of the farm. Oh, that grass is no good. I don't want that grass. Currently stacked up on this side of the farm. And we still have... Okay, so we moved the greenhouse, and that was not on untillable tiles. So... Wow. There's no sections of untillable tiles here other than the water. So now that we've moved that greenhouse, that opens up this entire area to just be a straight up crop field. This is going to be such an incredibly large field. Alright, so success. Success. Thank you, Robin. Actually, what we want to do, we also want to look for an end table. I'm not really willing to spend money on anything else right now. Okay, no. No. Can I put something on a stump? That's an interesting question. Basic log. Can I put something on top of a log? I'm willing to spend 250 gold to figure that out. Okay. Alright, so now we go to Joja and purchase the mine carts, because that's not only huge quality of life, but also that will improve the efficiency of our ore farming. We can get to the mine faster and get home faster. Okay, the mine carts is 15,000, the bridge is 25, panning is 20, and the bus is 40. Okay, the bridge is going to be nice. Panning is good. Panning is one of the best ways to get iridium ore if you're not doing skull cavern runs. And the bus, obviously we need that for the deluxe speed grow at a reduced price. So we're going to repair the mine carts here. And then we're going to go buy coal. We need a bunch of coal because we need it to make seed makers. So I think actually I'm just going to spend the rest of my gold on coal. That is a shamefully small amount of coal. Well, that did not amount to much. Okay, so what we need to do now is just start chopping down the whole forest of trees to feed them into the charcoal kilns. Okay, but we can see if we can possibly make 60. If we can possibly make 6 seed makers. What else do we need? We need wood and gold bars. Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, that's at least enough to get us going. Let's... Okay, keep those charcoal kilns going. Okay, and get these strawberries out. Also, well no, we don't need another chest. We'll just put them back in here. Okay, we're going to run these seed makers up the side of the greenhouse. And then we're gonna throw seeds in. Okay, we've got some stuff to clear out. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and throw more wood in here. Okay, nope, not that. Here we go, grapes go there. I am not going to make more wild seeds right this moment. I have my hands full as it is. Okay, let's put that there. And we want to see... No, we cannot put a melon. Whoops. No, we cannot put a melon on a table. We cannot put a melon on a log. Okay. Okay, that's sad. We're gonna have to find out what type of pedestal we need to be able to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and exhaust the rest of our wood. Okay. And then, okay, we've got enough. It's just, what is it? It's wood, coal, and gold. So we're gonna make all that. I'm not sure I really need more seed makers than this. Well, I am sure I need more seed makers than that. Because eventually this whole farm is going to be full. So what we're going to do is we're just going to keep doing this little cycle. We're not going to go to the mines today. We're going to go to the mines tomorrow. We're just going to keep putting seeds in and then chopping a tree until we're out of seeds. And then we're going to go inside and we're going to plant those seeds. And we're going to prioritize making the sprinklers for in the greenhouse. I've kind of got a little ahead of myself on the sprinklers. We're going to have to do some watering for the next couple days. Hey, buddy. Using most of this wood to just make coal in the charcoal kilns. We currently have 69 strawberry seeds. Nice. Grandpa's shrine back there. We're finally starting to get to that point. Oh, we got some mixed seeds. See, that's why I kept 60 strawberries. Because not everything we get out of those seed makers is going to be strawberry seeds. I am kind of wishing for an ancient seeds. That would be nice. There's the meteorite that we got early in the year that I can actually, I think you can destroy it with a steel pickaxe. And, I mean, we are 100% going to destroy it. We'll just do that one for now. I don't know that we need a full energy bar to finish out this day. Okay, I tell you what, walking back and forth at this point is kind of a waste of time. I'm just going to wait and do these last ones. And actually, we have more than enough. We have more than enough. With quality sprinklers, I think we only needed 108 seeds. So what we're actually going to do, though, oh, we are going to need that energy. I want that peach sapling. Where's that peach sapling? Okay. We're gonna put that peach sapling there. Oh, right, we need to zoom in. Because I have the locked toolbar, if I try to do something in the bottom row of the greenhouse, I just hit the toolbar. Okay, so we just gotta hoe this thing up, man. Alright, start from one side, work our way to the other side. Okay, so we know it's gonna be okay, so we know that this is gonna be there. We're gonna have sprinklers on this rail. Until we get to the iridium sprinklers. Once we get to the iridium sprinklers, it really opens things up. It can be a little crowded until you get there. Whoops, not that one. Thankfully, no weeds can grow in here. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna need them. What did I do, man? Okay, I messed that up. I was gonna say that doesn't look right. Okay, there we go. There we go. Eat another strange bun. Seems like it might not be the smartest plan of action to eat something called a strange bun. Alright, it's midnight. We're getting there, we're getting there. I'm not going to have time or energy to water this. What is going on? Yeah, I can tell. I'm ready to be done streaming for now. So thankfully I'm done. Alright. So what we'll do is we'll just start all these seeds. We'll just put them in the ground. I'm not even sure I have enough time for that. Oh well, you know what? Passing out isn't the end of the world. Alright, let's go to bed. Go, go, go. Alright, we made it to bed. Mine carts are being fixed. We have a huge field of melons. We have a whole strawberry field in the greenhouse. Now it's back to farming materials for sprinklers. Right? We kind of got through our little materials crunch to make the seed makers. We got the seed makers. We got the greenhouse going with strawberries. We're going to have to water them by hand for now. We've got our little furnace smelting going on back here. We've got a very large field full of melons and odds and ends. And we're really ramping this up. Things are going well. So thank you. Thank you for joining me. Follow, like, and have a great day.